If your mind doesn't shut off, your body never goes deep. That's not a metaphor. When your nervous system is still running at midday speed at 11 p.m., your brain physically cannot drop into the stages of sleep that actually restore you. You might be lying down, eyes closed, 8 hours in bed, but you wake up feeling like you worked a night shift. Tibetan monks figured out how to flip that switch 5,000 years ago. And the method takes 7 minutes. No apps, no supplements, no expensive gear. Just a specific sequence your body already knows how to do. But modern life taught you to skip. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact protocol. You'll know why it works. You'll know the one mistake that ruins it. And you'll know how to test if it's actually working for you in the first week. Most people think the problem is insomnia. That's the label. That's what you Google at 2 a.m. But insomnia is just the symptom. The real enemy is hypervigilance. Your body is stuck in a state where it doesn't feel safe enough to let go. Stress didn't shut off after work. The argument from this morning is still looping. Your phone lit up your face 30 minutes before bed. You had coffee at 4 p.m. Your apartment is 74 degrees. Your jaw is clenched right now and you didn't even notice. All of that tells your nervous system, stay alert, something might happen. Don't go deep. It's not that you can't sleep, it's that your system won't let you. And no amount of melatonin fixes that because melatonin doesn't turn off the alarm. It just makes you drowsy while the alarm is still ringing. Here's what we're covering. First, the hidden mechanism. Why your exhale controls your nervous system more than your inhale, and why modern breathing patterns keep you wired. Second, the monk routine. What they actually did in cold mountain monasteries when there were no lights, no noise, and sleep was the only recovery tool they had. Third, the modern translation. The exact 7-minute protocol you can do tonight, in your bed, with nothing but your breath and your attention. Fourth, how to test if it's working. What should change in 10 minutes? What should change in 24 hours? What should change in 7 days? And fifth, the common mistakes. At the end, you'll know the one thing most people do that ruins the whole system. We'll also reveal why modern sleep hacks fail even when they look high-tech and science-backed. Let's start with the mechanism. Your autonomic nervous system has 2 modes: sympathetic, fight, flight, focus, tension. Parasympathetic, rest, digest, repair, sleep. You can't force the switch, but you can signal it. And the fastest signal is your exhale. When you breathe in, your heart rate goes up slightly. When you breathe out, your heart rate drops. That's not psychology, that's physiology. Inhale activates sympathetic. Exhale activates parasympathetic. If your exhales are short and your inhales are long, you're telling your body to stay ready. If your exhales are long and your inhales are soft, you're telling your body it's safe to drop. Most people living in cities, working on screens, dealing with notifications, breathe shallow and fast all day. Then they lie down at night and expect their body to just flip. It won't, because you didn't give it the signal. Here's the analogy. Imagine your nervous system is a car engine. If you've been redlining it all day, you can't just turn the key and expect it to cool instantly. You have to let it idle. You have to let the RPMs drop. Your breath is the idle. Long exhales bring the system down. What modern life gets wrong is it tries to add things. Blue light blockers, white noise machines, cooling mattresses. All of that is fine, but none of it works if your engine is still revving. The monks didn't have any of that. What they had was breath control, and they used it like a tool. Here's your first test. Right now, wherever you are, take a normal breath in through your nose, then exhale through your nose and count how long it takes. Don't force it, just let it go naturally. Most people get to 3 or 4 seconds. Now try this. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 6 seconds. Do that 3 times. What you should notice is a softening. Maybe in your shoulders, maybe in your jaw, maybe in your chest. If you feel nothing, that's fine. It means your system is locked. That's what we're fixing. If you feel lightheaded or anxious, that means you're breathing too hard or holding tension somewhere. The exhale should feel like a sigh, not like blowing out a candle. Here's the 60-second fix. Tonight, 30 minutes before bed, sit on the edge of your bed. Feet flat, hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Breathe out through your nose for 6 seconds. Do that for 2 minutes. That's it. Don't expect to fall asleep instantly. Just notice if your chest feels looser, if your thoughts slow down even a little. That's the signal working. The monastery upgrade version is this. Same position, same breath ratio. But now, after each exhale, Pause for 2 seconds before the next inhale. Not holding your breath with effort, just resting in the empty space. That pause is where the system actually drops. Do that for 5 minutes. No music, no guided app, just you and the rhythm. The common mistake here is rushing. People do the breathing, but they're still thinking about tomorrow's meeting. Or they're checking the clock. The breath is the anchor. If your mind wanders, that's normal. When you notice, just come back to the count. The count keeps you from spiraling. In through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Out through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat. Now here's what most people miss. Breathing through your nose at night isn't optional, it's structural. When you breathe through your mouth, you lose moisture. Your throat dries out. Your tongue falls back. You snore. You wake up. Your sleep fragments. Nasal breathing keeps your airway clear, keeps your tongue forward, keeps moisture in, and keeps you in deeper stages longer. The monks didn't have sleep studies, but they knew this. Every practice was nasal. Every meditation was nasal. They even slept with their mouths closed. If you're a chronic mouth breather, this will feel weird at first. That's fine. Start with the daytime. Practice nasal breathing during normal activities. Walk around your apartment, fold laundry, breathe only through your nose. It trains the pathway. Here's the second mechanism. Vibration, specifically humming. This one sounds strange until you try it. When you hum with your mouth closed, the sound vibrates in your sinus cavities and your skull. That vibration stimulates the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the main parasympathetic nerve in your body. It runs from your brainstem down to your gut. When it fires, your heart rate drops. Your digestion turns on. Your muscles release. Humming is one of the fastest ways to activate it, and it's been part of Tibetan and Vedic practices for thousands of years. Not because it's mystical, because it works. Here's the test. Sit quietly. Take a breath in through your nose. Then hum on the exhale. Low tone. Relaxed. Like you're agreeing with someone. Feel the vibration in your face and chest. Do that 3 times. What you should notice is a warmth or a softening in your throat and upper chest. If you don't feel it, you're humming too quietly or too high-pitched. Drop the tone. Let it resonate. If it makes you cough, stop. Take a sip of water. Try again softer. Here's the fix. After your 2 minutes of long exhales, add 1 minute of humming. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hum on the exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat for 1 minute. That's your new 3-minute protocol. Exhale breathing for 2 minutes, humming for 1 minute. The monastery version is longer. They would hum for 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes in groups. The sound would fill the meditation hall. But you don't need that. 1 minute is enough to shift your system. Tools needed, nothing, just your breath and your voice. The common mistake here is doing it too loud. You're not chanting, you're not trying to fill a room. The hum should be gentle, almost private. If someone walked in, they'd barely hear it. The goal is internal vibration, not external sound. Think of it like tuning a guitar string. You're finding the frequency that resonates in your body, not performing for an audience. Now let's talk about the modern trap. The sleep industry wants you to think the solution is external. A new mattress, a weighted blanket, a sleep tracker, a supplement, magnesium, L-theanine, CBD, melatonin. All of that might help on the margins, but none of it fixes hypervigilance. The trick is they make you think your body is broken, that you need a product to fix it, but your body isn't broken. It's responding exactly how it should to the signals you're giving it. Stress, light, caffeine, noise, heat, those are signals, and your body is listening. Here's how to detect the trap fast. If the solution requires you to buy something before you can even test the method, it's probably not the root fix. The monks didn't have Amazon. They didn't have lab-tested formulas. They had their breath, their posture, their routine, and their environment. That's it. And they slept deep in freezing stone rooms with no heating, no padding, and no white noise. Why? Because their system was calm before they lay down. The room didn't make them calm. The routine did. Here's the rule of thumb. Fix your signals first, then optimize your environment. Not the other way around. You can have the best mattress in the world. If you scroll TikTok until 11:30, drink coffee at 5 p.m., and argue with someone at 10, you're still going to sleep badly. The external stuff is layer 2. Layer 1 is your nervous system. Breath, light, temperature, routine, and mental state. Get those right and you'll sleep on a floor. Get those wrong and you'll toss and turn on a cloud. The protocol upgrade is this. After your 3 minutes of breath and hum, you add a body scan. but not the mystical version, not the guided meditation voice that tells you to release tension from your third eye or imagine golden light filling your cells. No, the monk version is simple. You're just moving your attention through your body, part by part, and noticing where you're holding. That's it. No visualization, no affirmations, just awareness. Here's how. You're lying down now. On your back, arms by your sides or on your belly. Legs uncrossed, start with your jaw. Notice if it's clenched. If it is, let it soften. Your teeth should not be touching. Your tongue should rest gently on the roof of your mouth. Move to your shoulders. Are they up near your ears? Let them drop. Move to your hands. Are your fists tight? Let your fingers open. Move to your belly. Is it hard? Let it soften. You're not trying to relax, you're just noticing. And when you notice, the body often releases on its own. Move to your legs. Are your thighs tense? Let them go heavy. Move to your feet. Are your toes curled? Let them spread. The whole scan takes 2 minutes. You're not lingering. You're not narrating. You're just checking in. Jaw, shoulders, hands, belly, legs, feet. Done. What you should notice is a sense of heaviness, like your body is sinking into the mattress. That's the parasympathetic system doing its job. If you don't feel it, that's okay. It means you're still holding somewhere. Go through the scan again, this time slower. Here's the full 7-minute protocol. Step 1. Sit on the edge of your bed. Feet flat, hands on thighs. Close your eyes. Step 2. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Breathe out through your nose for 6 seconds. Repeat for 2 minutes. Step 3. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hum on the exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat for 1 minute. Step 4. Lie down on your back. Arms by your sides or on your belly. Legs uncrossed. Step 5. Scan your body. Jaw, shoulders, hands, belly, legs, feet. Notice. Soften. 2 minutes. Step 6. Return to the breath. In for 4. Out for 6. No counting now. Just rhythm. Let it be automatic. Step 7. If your mind wanders, notice. Come back to the breath. Don't fight the thoughts. Just return. What to expect in 10 minutes. You should feel less activation. Your heart rate should be slower. Your thoughts should be less urgent. You might not fall asleep yet. That's fine. The goal is to down-regulate, not to force sleep. What to expect in 24 hours. If you did the protocol before bed, you might notice you fell asleep faster, or you woke up fewer times, or you felt slightly more rested. Don't expect a miracle. Expect a shift. What to expect in 7 days. This is where it compounds. Your body starts to learn the sequence. The breath becomes a cue. The hum becomes a cue. The scan becomes a cue. After a week, you might notice you start yawning during the protocol, or your body feels heavy earlier. That's classical conditioning. Your system is linking the routine to sleep. Fail-safes. If you feel lightheaded during the breathing, you're pushing too hard. Breathe softer. Shorten the count. In for 3, out for 5. If you feel anxious during the hum, skip it. Just do the breathing and the scan. If you feel restless during the scan, sit up. Do it seated. Lying down might feel too vulnerable if your system is still activated. If the protocol makes you more awake, you're doing it too close to a stressor. Move it earlier. Do it 60 minutes before bed, not 10. If nothing changes after 7 days, add 1 variable. Turn off screens 30 minutes before the protocol, or lower the room temperature to 68 degrees, or stop caffeine after 2 p.m. Don't change everything at once. Change one thing and test. Let's go deeper on what the monks actually understood. They didn't think of sleep as something you do. They thought of it as something you allow. You can't force your body to sleep, but you can remove the blocks. The blocks are tension, stimulation, and fear. Tension is physical. Tight muscles, shallow breath, clenched jaw. Stimulation is environmental. Light, sound, heat, screens. Fear is mental. Worry about tomorrow, replaying today. Ruminating on what you said or didn't say. The 7-minute protocol addresses all 3. The breathing removes tension. The hum removes stimulation by replacing it with internal focus. The scan removes fear by giving your mind a task that isn't thinking. Here's what modern science says about this. Studies on breathwork show that extending the exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system within 60 seconds. Studies on humming show it increases nitric oxide production in the sinuses, which improves oxygenation and reduces inflammation. Studies on body scans show they decrease cortisol and increase melatonin. The monks didn't have the studies, but they had 5,000 years of trial and error, and what they landed on matches what the research now confirms. The key difference is consistency. The monks did this every night. Same time, same sequence, same environment. That's the part modern people skip. We try something once. It doesn't work instantly. We move on. We try a new app, a new supplement, a new trick. But the body doesn't learn from one session. It learns from repetition. The protocol isn't magic. It's training. You're training your nervous system to recognize the cues. Breath equals calm. Hum equals safety. Scan equals release. After a week, those cues start working faster. After 2 weeks, they work automatically. After a month, you might start yawning just from sitting on the edge of the bed. Here's the part no one talks about. The protocol only works if you protect it. If you do the 7 minutes perfectly, but then scroll your phone for 20 minutes, you've reset the system. If you do the breathing, but your room is 76 degrees, you're fighting biology. If you do the scan, but you drank an energy drink at 8 p.m., you're trying to calm a system that's chemically activated. The protocol is the seed. The environment is the soil. Both matter. Let's talk about errors. The biggest one is doing it with the lights on. Your brain reads light as day, even dim light, even warm light. If you're doing this protocol with overhead lights on, you're sending mixed signals. Turn the lights off, or use a small lamp on the lowest setting, or use a candle. The goal is to tell your brain, it's night, it's safe, it's time to rest. Error 2 is doing it in a rush. If you're watching the clock, thinking about how long it's taking, you're still in task mode. The protocol isn't a task, it's a transition. Let it take the full 7 minutes. Error 3 is doing it right after a stressful conversation or a work email. You can't go from conflict to calm in one breath. Give yourself a buffer. 30 minutes of quiet between the stressor and the protocol. Error 4 is expecting it to work like a drug. This isn't a pill. It's a practice. Some nights it will work better than others. That's normal. If you had a terrible day, the protocol might get you from a 9 out of 10 stress to a 6. That's still progress. Error 5 is doing it inconsistently. If you do it Monday, skip Tuesday and Wednesday, do it Thursday, skip Friday. Your body never learns the pattern. Pick a time. Stick to it. Even if you don't feel like it. Even if you're not tired. Do it anyway. The consistency is what builds the association. Now let's talk about adjustments for anxious people. If you have a history of panic attacks or high anxiety, breathwork can sometimes trigger activation instead of calming. That's not your fault. It's just how your system is wired. Here's how to modify. Shorten the exhale. Instead of 6 seconds, try 4. Keep the inhale at 4, so it's equal. 4 in, 4 out. No pause. Just smooth and steady. If that still feels activating, try 3 in, 3 out. The goal is rhythm, not force. You're not trying to control your breath. You're just giving it a gentle pattern to follow. For the hum, if it makes you feel self-conscious or weird, skip it. Just do the breathing and the scan. You'll still get 80% of the benefit. For the scan, if lying down makes you feel vulnerable or trapped, sit up, lean against the headboard, or sit on the edge of the bed. You can still scan your body. You just don't have to be horizontal. The position matters less than the attention. Here's a rule for sensitive people. If any part of the protocol makes you more anxious, stop. Go back to what feels safe. For some people, that's just slow nasal breathing. No counting, no hum, no scan. Just in and out through the nose, soft and steady for 5 minutes. That's enough. The monks weren't dogmatic. They adapted the practice to the person. You should too. Let's talk about the close. The reason this works isn't because the breath is magic, it's because repetition creates association. In psychology, this is called classical conditioning. Pavlov's dog. The bell rings. The dog salivates. The dog didn't decide to salivate. The brain just linked the bell to food. Your brain works the same way. If you do the same sequence every night before sleep, your brain starts linking the sequence to sleep. The breath becomes the bell. The hum becomes the bell. The scan becomes the bell. And after enough repetitions, just starting the sequence triggers the relaxation response. The monks understood this without the science. They called it ritual. Modern people think ritual is religious or mystical. But ritual is just repeated behavior with intention. You're not praying. You're not manifesting. You're just doing the same thing, in the same order at the same time. until your body knows what comes next. And what comes next is sleep. Here's the truth no one wants to hear. You will not sleep perfectly. Not every night. Not even after a month of this. Life is variable. Stress happens. Noise happens. Hormones fluctuate. Travel disrupts. That's fine. The goal isn't perfect sleep. The goal is to lower the volume, to bring your baseline stress down, to give your body a reliable signal that it's safe to rest. Some nights you'll fall asleep in 15 minutes. Some nights it'll take 45. But if you're doing the protocol, those 45 minutes won't be spent in panic. They'll be spent in a calm, soft state. And that's still recovery. The monks didn't have sleep trackers. They didn't measure REM cycles or deep sleep percentages. They just noticed how they felt in the morning. Were they clear? Were they rested? Could they sit in meditation without nodding off? That's the real test. Not the data. Not the app. How do you feel when you wake up? If you feel better than you did last week, the protocol is working. If you don't, adjust one variable. Temperature, light, timing, caffeine, screen use. Change one thing and test again. Here's the final protocol, step by step, no fluff. Step 1, 30 minutes before bed, turn off screens. No phone, no laptop, no TV. Dim the lights. Lower the temperature to 68 degrees if possible. Step 2, sit on the edge of your bed. Feet flat on the floor. Hands resting on your thighs. Close your eyes. Step 3, breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Breathe out through your nose for 6 seconds. Do this for 2 minutes. Count if it helps, or just feel the rhythm. Step 4, breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hum on the exhale for 6 seconds. Do this for 1 minute. Low tone, gentle, internal focus. Step 5, lie down on your back. Arms by your sides or resting on your belly. Legs uncrossed. Step 6, scan your body. Start with your jaw. Notice if it's tight. Let it soften. Move to your shoulders. Let them drop. Move to your hands. Let your fingers uncurl. Move to your belly. Let it go soft. Move to your legs. Let them feel heavy. Move to your feet. Let your toes relax. This takes 2 minutes. Step 7, return to the breath. In through the nose for 4, out through the nose for 6. Let it be automatic. If your mind wanders, notice. Come back to the breath. No judgment, just return. Do this until you fall asleep, or until you feel ready to turn over and settle into your preferred sleeping position. What changes in 10 minutes? Your heart rate should drop. Your breathing should slow. Your thoughts should feel less urgent. You might not be asleep yet. That's okay. You're down-regulating. That's the goal. What changes in 24 hours? You might fall asleep 10 or 15 minutes faster. You might wake up once instead of 3 times. You might feel slightly less groggy in the morning. Don't expect a transformation. Expect a nudge in the right direction. What changes in 7 days? Your body starts to learn. The sequence becomes a cue. You might start yawning during the breathing. You might feel heavy during the scan. You might notice you're not lying awake spiraling like you used to. After 7 days, you'll know if this is worth continuing. If it's working, keep going. If it's not, adjust or try something else. But give it the full week. 1 or 2 nights isn't enough for your system to learn. Fail-safe reminders. If you feel lightheaded, you're breathing too hard. Soften it. If you feel anxious, shorten the exhale. If lying down feels wrong, sit up. If the whole thing feels activating, just do slow nasal breathing. No count, no hum, no scan, just soft and steady. If you're not seeing any change after a week, check your environment. Are you still on your phone before bed? Is your room too hot? Are you drinking caffeine late? Fix one thing and test again. Here's what the monks knew that modern people forgot. Sleep isn't something you achieve, it's something you allow. You can't force it. You can only remove the obstacles. The obstacles are tension, stimulation, and rumination. The protocol removes all 3. The breath removes tension. The hum removes stimulation by replacing external noise with internal vibration. The scan removes rumination by giving your mind a non-threatening task. When all 3 obstacles are gone, sleep happens naturally, not because you made it happen, because you stopped preventing it. This isn't a cure. It's not a guarantee. It's not a replacement for medical advice if you have a diagnosed sleep disorder. It's a tool, a simple, ancient, tested tool that costs nothing and requires nothing except 7 minutes and your attention. Some people will try it once and never do it again. Some people will do it for a month and it will change how they sleep. You won't know until you test it. So test it. Tonight. Right before bed. Turn off the lights. Sit on the edge of your bed. Breathe in for 4. Breathe out for 6. Do that for 2 minutes. Then hum for 1 minute. Then lie down and scan your body. Jaw, shoulders, hands, belly, legs, feet. Then breathe until you fall asleep. That's it. 7 minutes. No apps, no products, no subscriptions. Just you and your breath and your body. The monks didn't have science. They didn't have studies. They didn't have sleep trackers or supplements or weighted blankets. They had cold stone floors and thin mats and freezing mountain air. And they slept. Because they knew how to turn the system off. You can too. Not perfectly, not every night, but better than you do now. And better is enough. Breath, vibration, awareness, rest. That's the formula. It worked 5,000 years ago. It works now. Try it tonight. See what happens. Then try it tomorrow night and the night after. Give it 7 days. That's the test. Not one night. 7. Then decide if it's worth keeping. My guess is it will be. Because your body wants to sleep. It's designed to sleep. You're just finally giving it permission.